The quality of life here will never cease to amaze me. There's so much thought put into everything. The quality of everything is the best I've ever had. And I know I say that's amazing a lot, but really everything I have here is amazing. I just had a traditional Japanese breakfast, Ichiju Sansei, that's the name of it, the breakfast with all the different sides. Better than the last one I had. You can tell the food is made with such love and care. Health feels like a right here. It doesn't feel like a privilege like it does in other parts of the world, especially the US. Health, having access to things that are good for you, feels like a privilege. Here, it really doesn't. Hello, hello. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. My name is Misako Envela, and thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. Chai left a comment asking me if I plan to join any communities while I'm in Japan, which I thought was a wonderful question. Thank you for leaving the comment. I think this is the perfect opportunity to address a question I get pretty often, which is how I make new friends when I move to a new city as an adult. So the first way that I'm planning to do this in Japan is by learning the language. As some of you know, if you watched the last video, I am in an intensive language program right now. It's about 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday for the first month, and I've also applied to a long-term language program, which will give me a 1.5 years of Japanese studies. If you've been to Japan, you know this, but you really do need to learn the language if you want to connect with the community here, the Japanese community, and I really do. So that's why I prioritized learning the language. Japanese culture is also my culture. I am part Japanese. And that's another reason I want to learn the language. I want to connect to my heritage in that way. And there's only so far I can go when I don't speak it. So learning the language is one way I plan to make friends here in Japan, but I'm also planning to make friends by joining communities of people with shared interests of mine, like dance classes. I took my first dance class here in Japan yesterday, and you guys, everything about that class was wonderful. The reception, the signing experience, the locker rooms, the studio spaces, the temperature of the studio, the classmate, my peers, the instructor, the pace of the class. We danced to Alicia Keys. It went way beyond everything I expected, and I didn't expect to feel that welcomed and that comfortable immediately. I get quite nervous about dance classes, which is why I've stayed out of the studio for forever. I've mentioned this before, like the dance space can be quite cold sometimes. I don't have a lot of traditional training, and so I'm already going into it nervous about what the environment's going to be like, nervous how I'm going to perform, if I'm going to be able to keep up. And all of my nerves just like went out of the window. The instructor made me feel so welcomed and really helped me along with the sequencing, because I just wasn't used to the warm-up or the things that they do throughout class, and she just made sure that I was included, that I knew what was going on, and everyone's like sweet smiling faces. I immediately was like, yes, I would like to become a member and sign up. And so I think that being in that studio space, getting closer to the other students is really going to help me build community here in Japan. And for me personally, the fact that I don't right now speak the same language as everyone doesn't discourage me from trying to build relationships with these people. You know, there's so much that you can communicate through technology and body language and just emotions. Like, I'm not going to hold myself back from putting myself out there because I'm not fluent in Japanese yet. Hitori, ice latte, something I'm planning to do differently in Tokyo versus Mexico City is just be way more intentional with my friendships. I'm choosing to nurture the few or the one relationship I have right now, friendship, oops, kind of loud, and really pour a lot of love into that friendship and slowly build other friendships over time versus in Mexico City, I was so eager to be friends with everyone and it was wonderful, but it was also very draining, and I found myself in a few friendships with people who I really wasn't in alignment with. I have one friend here, wonderful woman. Her name is Tomoko. I actually saw her last night as well, or I went to dance during the day, and then I met up with her and her daughter, and I had the most lovely time. She lives a bit outside of Tokyo, about an hour away, in a really beautiful prefecture, and she's a holistic chef, nutritionist. She's just really knowledgeable about holistic health in all ways, not just nutrition. I feel like I've known her for many, many years. Like, we are very spiritually aligned. We share a lot of the same values, and she invited me over to her home. She picked me up at the train station. We went grocery shopping, and she was teaching me so much about Japanese food and vegetables and what to look for on labels, and I just love that stuff so much. It's really nice that we can share that. And then we went home, and I was playing with her daughter while she made us this beautiful dinner. Sat up all night talking and catching up, and my soul feels so full after that experience. I'm really going to nurture that friendship and, like I said, yeah, be more intentional about finding people that I'm that in alignment with.
I put this one?
Yes, right? Please.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah. This is detoxing, you know?
Okay. Cilantro?
Cilantro, yeah.
Okay.
And the fish, right?
Some.
Oh.
Okay.
I can believe that. It's definitely.
Okay. Wow. So simple.
Mm-hmm. I wish I could give you the time that I made it.
Oh. Okay, koinobori. Okay. Koinobori.
Umeboshi.
Umeboshi.
Homemade. Homemade umeboshi.
Wow.
Nice, but good carb because it's brown rice.
Mm.
And I want you to take home.
Tomoko is also very good at reminding me that this is part of my culture too, and that I belong here. And I think that's why I feel so at peace and like I'm home, because in a way I am home. You know, I'm a foreigner, but my soul is home. And so I don't feel a lot of worry or stress about building community here because this is my community. I know I will connect with people, and I'm not worried about that. And regardless of where you are in the world, like I always say, that there's going to be at least one person who wants to make a friend, and that's really all you need. So don't let the idea of not knowing people in a new place keep you from going there. And the last thing I'll say about Japan specifically is that people are really lovely here. They really are. They're friendly, they're kind, and so that makes me feel hopeful too. So if you are planning to move to a new place, what I would encourage you to do is learn the language, if there is a language to learn. Put yourself out there, put yourself in the spaces with people who share the same interests as you. Nurture the relationships that you do have. Don't focus on quantity, focus on quality when it comes to relationships. And be open. Don't be afraid. Don't approach this transition with fear. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Please let me know in the comments below how you make friends as an adult in a new city, and also let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me. Thank you so much for pressing play on today's video. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Thank you so much for being patient with me. And as always, thank you for being here.